into the history of Chernobyl, one of the most catastrophic nuclear disasters in history. A tragedy that changed the course of nuclear energy and left a haunting legacy. On April 26, 1986, at 1:23 a.m., reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Pripyat, Ukraine, experienced a catastrophic failure. A sudden power surge during a safety test led to explosions that blew the roof off the reactor building, releasing vast amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The disaster was caused by a combination of flawed reactor design, inadequately trained personnel, and a lack of safety protocols. The initial explosion released a deadly mix of radioactive isotopes, including iodine-131, cesium-137, and strontium-90. The fallout spread across much of Europe, with the highest levels of contamination occurring in Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia. Within hours of the explosion, firefighters, plant workers, and emergency responders arrived at the scene, unaware of the lethal levels of radiation they were exposed to. Many of these first responders suffered severe radiation sickness, and some died within weeks of the disaster. The Soviet government initially downplayed the severity of the incident, delaying the evacuation of Pripyat, a town just 3 kilometers from the plant. It wasn't until 36 hours after the explosion that the 49,000 residents of Pripyat were evacuated. By then, they had been exposed to significant radiation. Over the following days, a 30-kilometer exclusion zone was established around the plant, leading to the evacuation of an additional 68,000 people. In the weeks and months following the disaster, a massive containment effort was launched to prevent further radioactive release. The destroyed reactor was encased in a concrete sarcophagus, a structure hastily built to limit the spread of radiation. Thousands of workers, known as liquidators, were mobilized to clean up the site, often with minimal protection. The long-term health effects of this exposure remain a subject of study and concern. The Chernobyl disaster had profound and far-reaching consequences. It exposed the dangers of nuclear power, particularly when combined with inadequate safety measures and poor governance. The disaster contributed to the decline of the Soviet Union, as the government's mishandling of the crisis eroded public trust. It also led to significant changes in nuclear safety protocols worldwide, with increased emphasis on transparency, regulation, and international cooperation. The environmental impact of Chernobyl was devastating. The exclusion zone, now a ghostly reminder of the disaster, remains uninhabitable due to high levels of radiation. However, in an ironic twist, the absence of human activity has allowed nature to reclaim the area, creating a unique and unintended wildlife sanctuary. Today, Chernobyl stands as a symbol of the potential risks of nuclear energy. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of safety, preparedness, and the need to respect the immense power we have harnessed. The lessons learned from Chernobyl continue to shape global attitudes toward nuclear power, influencing both policy